Hi, my name is Untitled an assistant professor of biomedical engineering, and in this series we talk about physiological systems in brain. The fundamental units of our nervous system and brain are called neurons or nerve cells. Today we want to talk about the anatomy of a neuron. A neuron consists of different parts. A cell body, some branched extensions of the cell body that are called dendrites, a long projection of the cell body that is called axon, and finally an axon terminal. The cell body consists of different components similar to other cells in our body, for example, nucleus, mitochondrion, ribosome, and other components that you can see in this figure here. The dendrites, these branched structures here, they receive electrical current or the electrical information from a previous nerve cell, then propagate them to the cell body. Then the electrical current is propagated through the axon and reaches the axon terminal. And then from there, it is transferred to the next nerve cell. As you can see here, the axons in this structure, they work similar to electrical wires. And similar to electrical wires, they can have insulation layers around them. These insulating layers are formed by either Schwann cells in the peripheral nervous system or oligodendrocytes in the central nervous system. The axons that have these insulating layers are called myelinated axons, and there are some, but not many, axons that do not have these insulating layers. Those are called unmyelinated axons. The myelinated axons include these insulating layers. We said that they are formed by, for example, Schwann cells in the peripheral nervous system. The insulating layers that we see here, these are actually the membrane of the Schwann cell that is wrapped around the axon and form the insulating layers. We can also see some gaps between every two myelin sheaths, these insulating layers, that these gaps are not myelinated. These are called nodes of Ranvier. The ion channels along a myelinated axon can be present only in nodes of Ranvier. And because of that, there is a high concentration of ion channels in these nodes. And we know that when we have ion channels, then we can have action potentials. So along a myelinated axon, the action potentials can only occur at nodes of Ranviers. But in an unmyelinated axon, the action potentials can occur everywhere along the axon. As I mentioned, the electrical current is received by the dendrites from a previous nerve cell, and then they are transferred to a next cell through the axon terminals. Therefore, there are connections between different nerve cells. Each nerve cell is connected to multiple nerve cells through the dendrites and the axon terminals. The structure that permits the electrical current or electrical signal transmission from one neuron to the next neuron is called a synapse. For example, for the synapse that is circled here, the structure looks like this. There is a presynaptic membrane that has a pink color here. There is a postsynaptic membrane or the dendrite. And then there are other components here, including the synaptic vesicles, neurotransmitters, different ion channels, calcium channels, sodium channels, and so on and so forth. In the next video, we talk about a synapse and how an electrical signal is transferred from a presynaptic membrane to a postsynaptic membrane. Until then, bye.